Sure. More Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Dale Yu from the Opinionated Gamers, and we're talking about spicy odd games that he's played. I haven't, but I've played the first two in the series. Give me your thoughts on the third in a very popular roll and write series.
For the most part, if you played either of the first two, then you know all the rules to this one for the most part.
That's easy.
There are, the same 6 dice with 6 colored or 5 colored dice and 1 wild die, and then
silver die though. I don't.
Yeah, well, the white die is the wild die in this game, and then each of the 5 colors goes into a different block that has its own rules for how you place numbers there. And if you get far enough in each of those 5 areas, you will win a fox, or you will get a free reroll, or get a free die in the pink area. So in many ways, it is more of the same. But each of the 5 modules is different and a little unique. But I don't know. I mean, it is certainly more complicated. I mean, our first game, we actually played in person, but man, it felt like we were playing over video because it took us like 75 minutes.
I'm sure you're knocking out the regular, 1s and 2 in what, about 30, 35 minutes for Ganz on Clever?
Yeah, pretty much. And then we have also invented, I don't know if you saw the roll and write decathlon.
No,
that takes a good, all right, so that takes a good 2 or 3 hours. I'll have to send this to you. James Nathan kind of came up with this. He's not a drinker, so he wasn't drunk, but he was like, what if we took all these roll and writes and put them together? We rolled a whole bunch of dice at once and then just went through and played 12 games simultaneously.
Wait, are you taking the dice and assigning through whichever game you want to?
Yeah, no.
Each game and doing it.
So it's, the first 2, That's Clever. The second one, Quicks, Quinto,
Dizzle, one of those games? No.
Yeah, we didn't have that one. We did Corinth. We had a whole bunch, but
sure,
like 10 roll and writes, and I think we ended up having to roll 11 dice. And so there's one active player. He rolls all 11 dice, and then you use them all. And we had an order that you went through because some of them you don't have to actually set them aside. You say, I'm using these dice, so we're going to fill out Corinth with all the yellow dice. And then we're going to move on to Quinto because we only need the purple, the orange, and the yellow to figure that out. And then 21, and we did them all. And then, the last one was That's Clever because that's the one where you have to re-roll dice. And so we kind of went through them so that we were never re-rolling dice that we would need in some other game. But essentially you have this giant, huge laminated sheet that has, 10 roll and writes that you're playing all with the same dice roll.
I'm going to have to ask Patrick about that. Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, of course, the first 2 games, you have the set-aside die. Were y'all still leaving one die that you would set aside for?
Same thing.
Okay, same type.
Exact same rules as that. You roll the dice, you choose one to put on your board, and if there are any dice that are lower than that, they automatically get put into the community pool. And then you re-roll all the rest of the dice that are left and do it 3 times.
So with the short the short review, the 10-second review for Clever Hoch Drei would be, if you like Ganz, it's more Ganz.
And more complex.
If you didn't like Ganz, you might not like this, unless you didn't think Ganz was complex enough.
But I can't imagine that.
I can't imagine anybody that would say that. Yeah. So we loved both of the first 2. I don't know. I've never sat down and thought which one I liked better. I liked the second one because it was fresh and it was different, and we enjoyed playing it. So I sort of say I liked the second one better, but it was only because it was newer.
I could play any of them, and we are working on getting all 3 of these boards laminated on the same sheet. So obviously we could choose to play these 3 together as a triathlon.
Oh, that would be fun. Yep, the Clever Triathlon, or Cleaver, as some people like to say. The Clever Triathlon. All right, and that is Clever Hoch Drei coming out from Schmidt Spiel. Supposed to be an Essen release, I think.
Most likely.